Today we're going to be talking about the best quarterback footwork drills for a modern day quarterback. These are not going to be a bunch of old school drills made by some old head quarterback coach. These are modern day drills to help you out as a QB. Now this is going to be a great warm-up footwork drill for quarterbacks. You only need 2 cones. You honestly don't even need cones. You just need anywhere from like 5 to 10 yards of space, and this is going to be something called a single leg hop. Now this is going to translate to every single footwork drill that we do throughout this video, and it also translates to drop back footwork for quarterbacks or quick game footwork where you got to take one step and get the ball out of your hands. So something that a lot of quarterbacks lack is ankle stability, knee stability, balance, and strength in their throwing side leg. Now the reason why that's important is, let's say for example, I'm throwing like a quick seam or something like that to the left. I got to take a 3-step drop, 3, no hitch, where I go back 1, 2, 3, I plant off of my back leg, and I got to be able to throw. A lot of quarterbacks don't have the ankle stability or the balance on the back leg to be able to land with their back foot underneath their frame. The position you want to get to for optimal power, optimal force on the ball is your head, your knee, and your foot need to be stacked. This is a position where you could keep your weight back, you could rotate your shoulders, your feet are inside your frame so your hips could fire. But it starts with the feet, aka footwork. So a lot of guys will drop back and they'll land and they'll have this natural knee cave of their back leg that will make their weight shift forward. They don't have any stability, any balance, so their back hip and back leg will trail behind them. So this is a very, very simple warm-up drill to work on that, which applies to every drill that we're gonna do today. So all you're gonna do is you're gonna balance on your throwing side foot. I'm a righty, so this would be my right foot. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to hop backwards, simulating a drop. Now think about this. If I land wide and I have a knee cave, I'm going to fall. But if I stick the landing and hold it, I have to keep my shin straight, which is the optimal position for me to be able to throw the ball with maximum force, velocity, and to get my mechanical sequence correct. So I'm going to show you how this full drill should look full speed, single leg hops for quarterbacks to work on their back leg. Now, before we show that drill full speed, fellas, if you're a quarterback and you would like to train with us this offseason, we're coming out to 9 more states across the country for 2-day-long QB and wide receiver training camps. So guys, check out that very first link in the description below if you'd like some more information. We're going to be coming out to Nashville, Tennessee, Chicago, Illinois, Buffalo, New York, Atlanta, Georgia, Houston, Texas, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Detroit, Michigan, Boise, Idaho, and finishing off our tour in Los Angeles, California. So guys, you want to come out to train with us, 2 whole days of training, small group instruction, actually getting coached up by myself and my staff. Guys, check out that very first link in the description below. Let's get back to this video. It's good. So now we're going to be taking you through our towel quarterback footwork routine. A lot of times what coaches will do is they set up a very scripted environment for their quarterbacks where they're hopping back, hopping over stuff, shuffling through bags, and I get it, and that's good to work on your feet, and that's great if you're a beginner, but as a quarterback, as you are going to progress with your skills, you have to put yourself in game realistic situations, and working with a towel is a great way to get your feet and your lower body comfortable with those game time situations without putting a ton of stress on your arms. So what you're going to do with this towel is you're going to hold this towel, put your middle finger over the top of the towel, almost holding it like it's like down, almost looking like a bird, if you will. The reason why we work with the towel is to work on my extension point and my wrist flick. So after every single footwork movement that I'm going to show you, you're going to simulate a throw or replicate a throw and have this extension and flick of the towel. If you hear the towel whip, that means that you're doing it correctly. So we're going to put ourselves in 3 different, this is kind of like a circuit, if you will. You're going 4 reps of each movement, and we're going to go 2 sets of 4 reps for each movement. So you're going to start out in a base, weight's going to be loaded on your back leg. We're going to be simulating, the first one is going to be C-gap pressure to the outside. So the C-gap, as all you guys know, if I got my left tackle here, the C-gap is this gap to the outside of him. The B-gap would be pressure to the inside of my tackle. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out here in a base. We're replicating C-gap pressure first. You're going to step up, B-gap pressure second, step back, and then shoot through and throw. And you're going 4 reps of that in a row. Then what we're gonna work is we're gonna work the opposite. So we got B gap pressure first, so you're gonna drift back, C gap pressure second, step up, and then throw. And then what we're gonna work is we're gonna work our third movement, C gap pressure from the right, step up, A gap pressure right in my face, step forward, and then throw. So I'm going to show you all 3 of those movements should look full speed, but we're going 2 sets of 4 reps on each one to put ourselves in game realistic situations and get our lower body comfortable without putting a ton of stress on my throwing arm. Now this next drill is going to be kind of a unique drill for quarterbacks, but it's to work on us having to move in the pocket and always being set to throw in my base, right guys? As a quarterback, like nowadays, being that dual threat, that guy who can pull the ball, go run for 60 yards, it's becoming more and more popular. But at the end of the day, if you're not an athlete like that, you just have to be able to extend the play. And extending the play means I'm getting some pressure, outside pressure C gap, pressure in my face A gap. I have to be able to buy some time, extend the play, but always be in a position to throw. So this is a great drill to work on always being in the correct base, ready to throw. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna start out here. You're gonna have, like, let's say we set up a target maybe 10 to 12 yards away. I'll show this full speed with an actual throw in a second. 10 to 12 yards away in front of you, you're gonna start out with your throwing side foot pointed towards the target. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna try to jump as far as you can towards your throwing side. So in this case, it's my right. I'm going to jump, and as I jump, I'm going to flip my feet, land on my right foot, and have my toes pointed almost towards the sideline here. So now, when I do that, if I land incorrectly, guys, if I jump over here and I land really wide, or my weight is shifted forward, which is not a mechanically sound position to throw, I'm gonna fall. We have to stick the landing on one foot. So you're going to jump, hold it on one foot, lightly set your front foot down, and then shoot through and throw. Because again, guys, if I land in an improper base, I'm too wide, my feet are too far outside my frame, I'm gonna fall, and I'm not gonna be able to stick the single foot landing. So again, we're starting out here, we're jumping, landing on one foot, lightly set down, and then shoot through and throw. I'm gonna show you this is going to look full speed.